Hello friend, welcome to our Instrumentation at EEE tutorial, and today we are talking about the 10 points which you should know if you are working in any oil and gas industry, or you are working in any power plant, or if you are working in any refinery. Because when you are working in refinery, then there should be some control system which you should know. Some 10 points we will cover here which you should know. So first point is process of backups. So if you are using any PLC or DCS, then you should have a backup. What is the backups? Backups is your original program which is installed in your controller. So you should know the backup, how to get the backup from the controllers. Why you should know? Because whenever your program which is installed in your controller and your PC, if sometime your controller is stopped working, what will you do? You have a backup, and then if your controller is not working and you are going to replace a new controller, and in a new controller you require the old backup, because without old backup your system will not be running, and as well as your plant will not be started. So what you have to do, you should available the backups that will be feed to the controller, then your automatically plant will run. So you should know the first point is process of the backups. Now the second point is uploading and downloading. So first we should know what is the uploading meaning and what is the downloading meaning. So uploading, we are talking about the in reference with the Rockwell PLC. So it may be different. The terms which we are using here, uploading and downloading, it may be different for different vendors make PLC. So I am talking about uploading in terms of the Rockwell PLC. So when your system is running and you have the Rockwell PLC, when you draw the program from the Rockwell controller to your system or PC, means when you are getting the program from the Rockwell PLC or controller to your system, then it is called the uploading. So this is the uploading. Now what is the downloading? When you have a program and or if you have modified your program and you want to modify program installed inside your controller, then the downloading is required. So generally in your running plant, downloading is not done by your engineer, because the downloading process is required some expert engineer, or sometime if you have some EMC or some other vendors, then the OEM always suggest that the expert should do the downloading process. So that is the downloading. Now the next point is creation of new module or text. Sometime if there is any new PDR jobs or some new modification jobs is going on inside your plant, and if new some tags or some modules are purchased, but you don't know how to install that module and how to configure that module in PLC. So if you have some modification job, you have some new tags, so you require some new module and tags creation in your backup or in your program. So you should also know the creation of how to create a new tags in your PLC or DCS. So this is our third point. Now the next point is fault identification. It is also very important. When you have a program, now I am taking example of one ladder program. So this is I1, this is I2, and this program, this is the coil or M1, we can say M1 motor start. So what will happen? So in your fault identification, you should know how this coil will work. This coil will work when all the signals, both signal will through and this signal will through. So you should know why this is not working, means your start command for starting the motor is not going to the field or to MCC. So you should know how the fault identification is done inside the PLC. It may be your Siemens PLC, it may be your GE PLC, it may be your Yokogawa PLC or all any other PLC. You should know the fault identification, otherwise you will not survive in that field, in automation field. Now the next point is the healthiness checking. So healthiness checking parameter is you can categorize in some parts. The controller healthiness parameters, IOs, okay, programs or some tags. So you should know the healthiness of your whole system. In controller, some LEDs are given and also some soft graphics are also provided. Where all the detail of controller you can see what is the fault and how this fault can be minor or major or can be removed. So everything you should know the healthiness of your controller, because the controller is your brain. Otherwise, if there is any fault in controller exist, you cannot run your system, you cannot run your plant, you cannot run your refinery. So this is the main part. Now the IO, because sometimes you also install IO in redundancy. So if your IOs is not working, they have also provided some LEDs or also some graphics also developed for showing the healthiness of this IOs. So this is also very important. You should know the IOs healthiness parameters. Now the programs, if your program is not running, then you should also know the programs fault identification techniques, which generally are given in OEM manual or your PLC make manual. So you should know the programs fault identification techniques. Now the tags, because in FF or HART or it may be others protocol based tags, you should know how the tags healthiness can be checked. Because in FF there are a lot of parameter you need to check, but in a HART you should know only the 420 milliampere signal. So this is also very important. You should know the healthiness checking of the tags. Now the next point is integration with SCADA and HMI. Now this is very important because you write some program in your PLC, but the operator always check all the parameter in operator station. So if you have developed the program in this PLC, then the tags which you have created in PLC configured in operating station. This is also very important. So if for example, if we see for a Rockwell PLC, you write all the program in Studio 5000, okay, but the integration of the factory talk view is the SCADA, of Rockwell PLC. So you should know the tags which you have developed in Studio 5000, that should display all the value in a factory talk view SCADA, and then you can generate a one run HMI which is available for operating to the process. So this is the main thing. So you should also know the integration with the SCADA HMI with PLC or DCS. Now the next point is trend, alarms and Weiner specification. This is also very important because you should know how the trend and how this trend is works and what is the its historical time, means how many days your trend will be available for troubleshooting and also alarms values and how they come and what is the meaning or significance of the each symbol which is generally used in alarms and trends. And VANR is also very important because when your window is like this, then the VANR are also configured at the top of your alarms window. So this is also very important, what how the VANR is working and how the trends alarms are configured. So everything you should also know. Next point is logic development. This is also very important because when you have some ladder programming, then you need to develop a new logic. Then you should know how to use all the coils contact effectively so that the memory of your controller should be optimized. Because sometimes if you don't know the programming techniques, then your controller will take a lot of memory and it will use a lot of memory, and that will not be good for your healthiness of your systems or healthiness for your controller. It will generate alarms. It will also sometime will not work and it will be in hang position. So that's why hang condition. So that's why the logic development technique also you should know. And these techniques you can learn from OEM manuals or some training which are generally given by some OEM. So you can also join some training program and learn the logic development techniques or process. So in logic development, you require the tags is visible on graphics, which is actually accessed by some operator or some process guys. So you should also know how this pump will run, and you should also know how this tag will display some numerical value, and also you should know how the transition of one graphics to another will be possible in your system. So this technique also you should know. Everything you can learn from OEM manuals. Now the next point is very important, history database. This is also very important because in your PLC, what is the history database is running means your how the trend will be stored in how many days, alarms will be stored in how many days. So this also you should know. So this is our topic, which is PLC related and DCS related, or it may be SCADA and HMI related. So if you have any doubt or any questions, please write down in comment section. And once again, thank you very much for watching this video till the end.